All opinions are those of the participants making them and are not an endorsement of any position, program, religion, or political affiliation. DFG's Corner is for information, observation, and entertainment. I ask that you comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is DFG here, the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce. Coming to you live from the 571, where I get things done and I'm having fun. This week's show is going to be a little mix of things. I'm going to react to stuff, I'm going to talk about stuff, and I'm going to talk just different things and how things are going. First of all, if you're out there in YouTube land, I want to thank y'all for joining me tonight. If you're coming on the Zoom, I'll put the Zoom link in the box. And if you want to come on, you can come on. But I'm gonna go now and start my thing. Uh, Today, this weekend, I had Daniel with me. It went well. It went well. He got what he wanted, and he wanted to do his thing, and he he was like, "Can I go home?" I said yes, and he went home. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good considering last week, right around his birthday, I had to go take him to the doctor because he wasn't exactly doing what he needed to be doing. He didn't want to get out of bed. So I got a call. I went over there, took him. Everything went well. As far as current events, with Prosecutor Willis down there in Atlanta, dealing with some questionable personnel decisions that she made. I'm not going to go into detail on that. However, we do know that she's being tried not in court of law, but in court of public opinion to so that she is going to do her, they're trying to make sure that they're saying that she's not who she needs to be, and her doing her thing is she won't be able to do her job. And that's not the true issue. However, she's she put herself in a position to where her integrity and her persona was questioned. And ladies and gentlemen out there, if you're ever in that type of position, don't don't jeopardize that your job for something that may not it wasn't illegal. It was just that it just looked improper. You want to The Bible tells us to basically beyond reproach and don't give the appearance of wrongdoing. We all people, and we all have issues. We do things right, we do things wrong, but overall, don't give the appearance that something is amiss. Once you do that, you've given up your agency to be that person that you needed to be to get your reputation. Your reputation is something that takes years to build, and it can be destroyed in 3 to 5 seconds. Um, I'm gonna Give me a second. I'm gonna queue up a TikTok video for us to watch, and we're gonna respond to it. Just give me a second here. So still working on the studio, trying to get it the way I needed to go. And this is one Hold on.
You still play?
It's got music, so I can't use that one.
Welcome to Chick-fil-A. I hope you're having the most marvelous.
Okay, I think I'll use this one. Add this to the screen. And now, here we go. As you can see there, the TikTok was a young lady, looked like she was in her pajamas. She needed gas. And she was out there, looked a little cold. She was shivering, sleeveless. Not the most smartest move, but hey, sometimes you got to go with what you got on. And her cursing herself because she ain't got a man. Where, if you really think about it, she could have a ton of guys in her DMs, but those are not the guys that she wants. She probably got a guy in there in her phone called Gas Money. That Gas Money is exactly that. Hey, babe, why don't you come over? I'll let you hug me. I'll let you touch my shoulder. Get that gas. Let me get that gas. And they go fill up her car, wash it out, clean it up, get it back to her, and he get that peck on the cheek and and he gets to touch her shoulder. There are guys like that, but that's not who she wanted. She was like, I ain't got a man, so I got to go out of here by myself. Sometimes sometimes the things that we need are not in line with the things that we want. The heart wants what the heart wants. The head knows what the head needs. We have to realize that sometimes it ain't medicine don't always taste good, but in the end, it's supposed to make you better. Surgery hurts, but the object of surgery is to ultimately get rid of the pain. And I hope that you guys are looking at that when you go forth and do great things, because pain is you feel pain, and pain can be a friend, but it also could be an enemy.
Teacher, do you want
We do this, share again. If you're just joining me, this is the DFG's Corner, um, the 20th of February edition. And want you to know that, hey, I appreciate everybody who's on. Like, please like, please like, please share, please subscribe. Um, I'm currently under 3,000 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 10,000 before June. If y'all can help me, if you know somebody who likes the stuff I talk about, like I said, you never know what you're going to get when you come on here. I try to keep it entertaining, trying to inform, trying to teach. Reach one, teach one. So that's my philosophy. I'm not an educator, but I've had lots of experience teaching, mentoring, and coaching people. I take advice, I give advice. If you have any subjects that you want to talk about, you can hit me up on DELITE, the number 7 at gmail.com. Now let's go on to another one. And let's see what this lady has to say. These are blind reacts. I have not seen these. So let's look at this.
I've been getting the best sleep of my life for 4 nights now. I'm going to show you how I've hacked this system. So, all you need is this sweatshirt. Here's what I like to do. So, get the sweatshirt, fold it in half, the sleeves hang down. Sweatshirt over the top half of your head. Leave your nose and your mouth open.
Yeah, it's easy to breathe that way.
Like this. Then, once you get on your pillow, grab the arm sleeves and wrap them around your face. So you'll look like this when you go to sleep at night. I have been getting the best sleep of my life. Ever. It's so comfortable. I don't know how to explain it, but it works wonders. So,
you like
do that. I've been getting the best sleep of my life for 4 nights now.
If she likes it, I love it. Not my thing, but hey, what the hell? I thought it was going to be on a relationship, but hey, like I said, this was blind react. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants today, but hey, that's what I do sometimes. Now, would I wrap my shirt around the head? What if I ain't washed that shirt? What if that sweatshirt had a little bit of my armpits? Do I want to wrap that around my face? Do you want to wrap around a possibly not clean shirt? You know, first of all, you want to make sure you ain't got body stuff on it, like hair, boo boo, whatever. But you want to make sure that you're with what you need to do, and if that works for you, try it out. Hey, I'm not going to do that. Let's go on to the next one.
Okay, make sure it's on low. Okay, make sure it's on low.
Oh, that was crazy. Someone do that to me. I think, and I may be in the minority here. I think I might have to go and lay hands on them in the not holy and righteous way. I would have to do them like that. If there's anybody online that want to come on, hey, I put the link in the chat. Come on and join me on DFG's Corner. Please don't forget to hit the like. I don't see any likes. Let's get these likes up. I got a couple people in there. I just need that. I just need that. Anything you guys want to talk about, just hit the link and I'll let you in and we can talk about it. But back to my pretty face. If you notice in the back in my background, there's a handsome young studly man standing outside a window with a Kango on. Now, if you don't know, this was about 40 years ago at about 110 or so pounds lighter. That was me at the ripe old age of 18. Yes, I was 18 during that time in the Army, and I was going through training at what was Fort Gordon and now Fort Eisenhower. If I had a chance to talk to this guy, I would have told him to not drop out of grad school, get that PhD. However, if chemistry wasn't your thing, doing an education or something leadership wise, it's always good to get educated. It's always good to be educated. However, sometimes life shows you different things, and all the experience that I experienced made me the man that I am today. And if y'all didn't know, I'm a proud graduate of Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. Not Bennett in North Carolina, not Benedictine, which is in Kansas. Benedict. Purple and gold Tigers. I just had to have one in my fraternity colors. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And it looks like I got a guess. It's a lady. It's my favorite sister from the same Mr. and same Mrs. But hey, this is Chocolate Pearl. What's going on, Chocolate Pearl? Holla at your boy.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, you know how it is. You know how I do it. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. Just
I
giving
was gonna
me
ask you what the topic was.
I couldn't figure out a real topic. I talked a little bit about DA Willis in Atlanta and how she gave the appearance of impropriety. It wasn't illegal, but it didn't look good. And now they're making a case about her when it should be about the former president of the United States. Um, I don't know. Did you hear about that issue with the esthetician? I know your son's a master barber and esthetician down there in Jacksonville. Barbershop 3. There are 3 barbershops. Make sure you go to Barbershop 3. My nephew
It's
Javon
four
will hook you up.
barbershops now.
4. Okay, it's 4 now. So Barbershop
Yeah,
3
so it's
though.
yeah. But we
Barbershop
only
3.
talking about barbershop 3.
Yeah, that's my nephew's. Go on and give him some business if you're in the Jacksonville area. Well,
Southside
there's an
Boulevard.
there's an esthetician down there in Memphis. Was taking pictures with her about 5-year-old daughter, waxing women, and she had, from what I understood, she had waxed like about 20 women. Um, of course, she's now under investigation for child neglect and child abuse in the state of Tennessee. You shouldn't be doing that. And I know it's a young girl, but why are you going to have a young girl waxing grown women's hoo-has?
Okay, first of all, the women who allowed that little girl to do her is at fault too.
Oh no, hey, there's plenty of blame to go around.
Yeah, so the late now, I sometimes us as parents, especially this new generation, they think that their children are their friends and that they want to live through them, vicariously through them, and teach them their craft. Because I was watching, um, happened to turn the TV on and was watching, I guess, Smothered or whatever, where the mother
Right.
and the child is, whatever.
And then
And
a grown woman, 2 grown women.
yeah, 2 grown women. It was, well, they were grown, but the mother taught the child as a young lady how to be a video vixen at a very, very young age. Now she is a video vixen, but she started dressing her up at a really young age. So it's a lot of these parents feel that they want to live vicariously through their children by teaching them their craft or what they learned or how they were raised, and it's not the right way, because they're trying to make sure that their children is grounded in with money to make sure that they know how to take care of themselves. That's not how you're supposed to raise a child. Now, when it came to, I never heard of this issue which you're speaking about. So I'm thinking that that's what that woman was probably trying to do, teach my child this craft. So when she gets older, she can make her own money. She don't need anybody. It's the wrong way to do that. There is a better way of
Think?
training a child. She can watch, but not actually, because you're supposed to be licensed to do that. Yes,
Yes,
she needs to
the
be in
woman
trouble,
was
but I wouldn't
licensed.
call it child endangerment. I wouldn't call it child endangerment. I would just,
Well,
I
that's
say it's
what she was
the
charged
wrong
with.
thing of how to teach. Huh?
That's what she was charged with.
Yeah, because they don't have no, they want to charge her with something. So they figure that, because it's not child endangerment. How is it child endangerment? It's because she's working with wax?
Well, one, and she's technically too young to work, even as an apprentice. You have to
Exactly.
you have to be at least 12 to be an apprentice.
So I
Um,
don't consider that child endangerment.
well, and then she's in there with grown women looking at grown women hoo-has. Not to say there's nothing sexual about that, but that's
No, it's
just
not. And that teaches her how to appreciate people's body as well as hers. However, I don't think that she should go to jail for that, and it shouldn't be considered child endangerment. Her license should be taken away from her, yes.
But then you're
But
taking away her means to make money.
her means of money. But she should have thought about that when she put a child in there to do her job. You know, that's just like when you have these young kids braiding hair without a license, or
Right.
using chemicals on grown people's hair. Like, I should have been, my mommy should have got arrested when I was doing people's hair at a young age, without a license. But it was just a way of making money on the side. But
right.
if she's that young, huh?
That was the 80s.
Yeah, that was the 80s. Yeah. But it's just a different situation. Like I said, a lot of these parents, younger parents, are trying to teach their children their craft so they will know how to make money without having to be somebody to work for someone else, so they can work for themselves type thing, or go into business with me, once, because you have men who teach their young kids how to carpentry, or how to fix a car. I mean, we even seen that in movies where I'm going to bring up Fast and Furious, where Vin Diesel was teaching his little son how to fix a car and the differences in hearing and all that stuff. Granted, he probably was not selling or selling the parts or fixing the cars for someone else. It's just teaching your child the trade. And in order for that child to learn that trade, she had to use someone's body. Personally, I don't think that anybody should have paid for that, because something could have happened. But those people who allowed that little girl to do it were the dumb ones.
This is true.
That's just my personal opinion about that.
Yeah, that's one of those things that it's a tough one, but the optics, like I said, it's the optics. And a lot of us, especially in our community, we used to be like we wouldn't do something because if word got back to our parents, it was going to be hell to pay.
Right.
Because optics. And you might not have been doing anything, but that wasn't the optics. I remember one time, I think I was in 11th grade, and I was on 12th Street. It was me, Corky, Dez, and Caesar. And we were just in the lobby of 4007, singing. And we saw 12 coming, so we like, let's leave the building. We walked out the building. They marched our butts right back in the building and said that there was somebody shooting off the roof. And they handcuffed us and took us up to the station. Well, Daddy found out.
Mm-hmm.
And he went up to that. Remember that they used to have that little substation up there on the hill next to. And
yeah, next to the rent office, the library, between the library and the rent office.
Not the rent office. It was across from. It was, you remember where Pal's was, the barbershop, the candy store, and then Pal's, and the substation was right next to that, next to the nursery. And then if you walked on the other side of the nursery, it was a rent office.
Okay.
Well, anyway,
now I remember. Yeah.
Well, anyway, he was like, "Boy, what the hell are you doing here?" I said, "Daddy, I ain't do nothing. I mean, we were just in the hallway singing." And they saying, so they released me to him, and he ain't hit me, but he was just like, "You can't leave the house for a couple of days." I was like, I didn't do nothing. I got, So it wasn't the fact that something happened. It was just the appearance. He didn't want his son to go down that.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't want him to go down that path.
And that's possibly, like I said, that's possibly what that mother was trying to do, teach that child, values of, okay, you don't need to depend on anybody. You don't need to follow nobody. You already know this craft. You could take that in effect. But she was wrong because of the fact that she was too young to allow for her to actually proceed on someone else. She
Yeah.
shouldn't have
Oh
done
yeah, I
that.
forgot before because he might hear this. Big Will was there too.
Okay. Yeah. So I just think that this new generation itself is different. They're more, because they're having these children so young, extra young now. They're actually just uh, being friends with their children, and like their children has adult rights as a child, and they don't.
And
Um,
but that's I
and
mean,
so how they treat them.
but you got to blame us for that. You have to blame
Yeah,
us.
yeah. You do. You have to. It's a generational situation, and um, but I think because of this new generation, even though we still try to, because I tried to install in my children the values of hard work and staying out of trouble and stuff like that. But they're gonna do what they're gonna do as adults. So that's their choice. However, there are still a lot of these younger people who are seeing things in a different manner and feel that um, they are more on the softer side of life.
Right, right. And for the record, now, our sons don't be missing work.
Yeah, yeah. Our children. I'm still working on my daughter, but our sons that work know the meaning that if you get sick, you still can't just go home because you don't, or don't go to work because you don't feel good. You know, I always tell my children, and I tell a couple of my friends, just because you stop, don't mean your bills stop.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Hotel.
either way, you
Tell me.
still have to keep hustling. So when you decide, oh, I don't feel like going to work today, and you a hourly worker, your PTO ain't gonna cover every time. You know what I'm saying? If you have
Exactly.
PTO.
Exactly. And but you know what though? But
So if you don't go to work, you don't get paid.
yeah, but some people don't really care because they'll buy what they want and ask for and beg for what they need. So
Yes,
you
exactly.
look, you look at that, you look at that, and you're saying to yourself, why do they do that? But that's what happens. I want to go out to the club knowing I got to be to work at 4, and the club get out at 2, and then you get anal glaucoma, meaning you can't see your butt going to work.
Exactly. And
So
I've always, I think that's possibly why um, the son that has his own business before he was 30 built his own home before he was 30. My oldest son, established himself um, a little later than the younger one, but 33. He built his own, built a home. He didn't just buy someone that stayed in it before. He built a brand new home. Not a lot of people can say that. And that's because I installed in them hard work. My oldest son used to go to work half crippled in a sense, leg all messed. You know, if he went to school and he worked. At the same time, my middle child, he had a family and still went to school and worked. So it's the values that you do teach your children, but you could teach your children at a young age for them to carry it on as an adult without having them participate in within the craft that you want them to be in because you feel that this is the way they're going to make their money.
yeah, I wish our two did.
And nowadays with the economy, you can't save money like like our parents possibly saved, and our parents didn't, but some other parents do.
Yeah,
They saved,
I'm not.
and
We're not going to go there because that's a whole podcast within itself.
okay, exactly. So it's a difference, and people don't understand that. How you say you raise a child up of how you want them to go, but you raise them and then let them go and do
Right.
that. You
And
don't
teach
do it.
them how to
Let
think for
them do what
themselves.
you're teaching them. And yeah, Yeah, let that child be a child. Why are you not going to allow that child to be a child? How old is the child?
Oh, the child is like 5 or 6. Give me
Now
a
that was
second.
ridiculous.
I'm gonna see
Yeah,
if I
that
can
that
pull it
right
up
there
here.
was ridiculous.
I'm
5 or 6 years
just saying it.
old, putting hot wax on
Mm,
somebody's hoo-ha, an adult hoo-ha. Like I said, whoever allowed them, you know what I'm saying? Look,
but yeah, but
I hesitate when I do my own self, and I'm an adult, and it's me. That's hot
yeah,
wax.
yeah. No, I'm just
Oh,
saying.
yeah,
Like,
I don't think she needs to go to jail for her child to be taken away from her because she didn't abuse the child. She was just really teaching the child. And some people feel that, they might be visual learners, so they have to participate in it. But however, I think that she was wrong for allowing that child to do another human being. Also, I don't think
I
she needs to go to jail, but her license needs to be taken from her because that was just wrong.
oh yeah, no, I got you. I got you. I'm trying to just give me a second. I'm just pulling it up. Daniel enjoyed his weekend at the house, so he was
That's
I
right,
got
because
him a new,
President's Day.
yeah, I got him a new iPad. On his birthday, he had a doctor's appointment, and I get a call, and guess what he didn't want to do? Get out the bed. So I had to go over there. I had to go over there like, dude, why are you doing this? You know, why are you doing this? He got up and he went. He said, I did good, right? I did good. I behaved. Yes, you behaved. He said, yes, you behaved. I'm happy about that. For some reason I can't find this. I can't find this find
Well,
when
I
I
didn't
actually
get
look.
the job that I wanted at the Boys and Girls Club as an
What were you
accounting
what were you oh as an
specialist.
accountant?
Yeah, accounting specialist. I did well in the interviews. It's just that I found out that the first interview, they loved me. The manager and the supervisor loved me. They said, but they final, word has to come from the team. So I had to do a second interview with the team.
Right, right.
And I did well. I did so well. I really did. But because I gave them an example of a question that they asked, and I gave them example, it happened to be an example when I was a supervisor. Obviously, they didn't read my resume. Um, they just read the first paragraph of it and
Well,
didn't realize I was a
they probably
supervisor
did it all.
before.
They
Yeah,
probably did it
and
all.
right. And so when
Go
they
ahead.
asked us questions and I gave them a scenario, but I happened to be a supervisor during that scenario, that intimidated them because they were entry level employees. And here come this woman who's a supervisor.
Right.
And
But
so I
that's
didn't get the job because of that. They were
well because
intimidated.
well no and you gotta think about this though. And I'm with you. I'm with you on that. The lady's name is Jasmine Moss. Give me a second. How can you let me show you the screen. Let me show you my screen. Can you see that? It's a little small, but
Hold on. Let me put my glasses on. Yeah. Okay, they couldn't show the child's face, but oh my gosh.
right.
That's
Yeah,
like letting our niece or my grandson.
exactly. Exactly. It's like letting LaKendra do something, you know?
wax on those racks.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of beautiful, but
But that's a obviously you can't show her face, but you can see that's the little girl. She's probably not even in elementary school.
did her thing today.
And then it reads her name I'm not gonna say her name, but did her thing today. The little girl did her thing today. She literally helped me wax 24 clients starting from 7:25 in the morning to 5 p.m. She made a total of $744, and I'm going to put the money towards her, whatever her future dreams and aspirations are. I'll stop sharing.
Ridiculous.
That was a story. Now, there's a saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have put a business out there on the street like that.
Yeah, and we got idiot. You can't put everything out there.
But
You just can't.
But it goes back to what you were saying earlier with the kids our kids having kids.
Right.
Because we didn't raise our kids the way we were raised. We Gen X. We were latchkey kids.
Right.
We basically, if you think about it, especially in our situation, we basically raised ourselves. We
Yeah.
basically raised ourselves.
Yeah, if you think about it, yeah.
So if you look at it, we said we're not going to raise our kids the same way we were raised. We were sober minded. We put all into our kids. We made sure they had as much as we can give them, but we didn't make them. We didn't just give them stuff. They had to earn it, and they really didn't go through any hardship, so they didn't learn how to fail.
Right.
They didn't learn how. They didn't learn. They never starved. They might not have eaten a couple of times, but that was their own choice.
That's what I tell my kids. I said, may not had all that junk food that food stamps bought for your friends.
Mm-hmm.
You never went hungry. You always and it was a good, healthy meal. Now, if you chose not to eat, that was on you.
Yeah, that's
as
true.
if you chose not to eat.
Yeah, but a lot of times they don't want to hear that because it's not in the narrative.
Right.
It's not in the narrative on how we how they were raised. So they don't, especially your youngest was raised on strictly social media. Well, she didn't get on it until you let her get on it, but she was raised completely in the social media age.
Yes.
So they're used to putting all their stuff out on the street. They used to saying, "Look at me." They used to wanting to get attention, whether it's positive or negative. So
and get mad if everybody know your business.
Yeah, you tell it and then get mad when people call you on it. And those are the things that we don't look at as far as how are we going to make our lives better. And
right.
Why are you gonna put something? And a lot of people, not even young people, old people. I saw this TikTok of this woman. She had to have been in her late 40s.
Mm-hmm.
She in her drawers talking about how fine she looked. And she didn't have she had on them like not the Swiss cheese drawers, but they was like, the ones that are like you can't really see anything, but you could see stuff. You could see something.
Yeah.
They ain't opaque. He had those on. and I'm like,
she put that on social media.
Yes, she put it on social media. I'm not going to show that because I'm still trying to stay
no, please
monetized.
Please don't, because I don't want to see that either.
But you know, I can understand 18 through 24. They've been raised in this. You know, they basically think that having no clothes on or having as little as possible on is liberating.
Right.
But when you're in your late 30s and up and you got kids, there should be some decorum. You know, some people our age are acting like they teenagers, like they ain't lived past 20, like they trying to relive their teenage years. And you know, so if the young people see us doing it, what do you think they're gonna say?
You doing it
I can't.
too.
You're looking good though, by the way.
For me?
Yes, you. Who I'm talking
Oh,
to.
thank you.
And I'm
You
not
know,
saying that because I'm your brother, but
I
I'm
thought
saying
you were
that
just
because you.
saying that that's what you was talking about the subject. I apologize. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh no. But anywho, he said,
I've been
give me a
using
quick
my
tour.
body butter by
Oh,
the Real Golden Girls Creations.
ooh, ooh, maybe you could sponsor my show one day.
Okay.
You can do that by doing. Hey, you can do that by donating to my super chat or to my cash app and saying I will read. I'll tell you what. Start sponsoring my show next week, and I'll make sure I plug your show. I'll plug your product every show I'm on. Every show I'm on.
Okay. Okay.
And then you know I'll do it.
Yeah, I know you
I'll
will.
do it.
I know you will.
We gotta
Yeah,
we gotta make this.
I'm taking a business class of how to, promote my products and business uh and I made it for myself, but then I said, you know what, I can start selling it. So I started making it for others, and I'll be starting to sell it actually in 2 weeks. I'll have a stand and everything, and I got uh a branding and all that other good stuff going on. So yeah, I'm trying
But
to
when you get a
trying
chance,
to really do it now this time. This time I'm really trying to
yeah,
do it.
when you get a chance, send me your send me
My
your
logo.
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can, because I'm, I'll have a mid-show commercial, and that's where you be. Because when I blow up, I'm taking you and the Apple with me.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
Like
about.
y'all ain't gonna be employees. Y'all gonna be partners.
Okay, that works
Because
for me.
I'm
I'm
trying to
trying.
keep this
Look,
money.
I'm trying. I met a new guy who has been very beneficial for me. He's been pushing me to make my earrings and sell them. And I
Good.
actually sold some earrings. I sold a Connie fan. I think that's how you say it, a Conti fan. A Connie fan. It's an African fan. And
Okay.
I made handmade them, and I sold that, and I sold my incense holders. I'm very he keeps taking me to his little on his when you do this little fairs or whatever, the
Right. Right.
pop-ups and stuff
The
like
flea
that.
market.
Yeah, he takes me along with him, and I bring some of my products, and I actually sold a few things. So I'm feeling a little pumped now. Yeah, feeling a little pumped.
Good. Good. Because
Yeah.
that's what a partner is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Supposed to help
Mm.
make your life easier, and then you in turn give him peace, so that
Right.
you're inspiring him to do better. And it's symbiotic. It's not a one way issue.
Right.
Now,
Exactly.
you and I have had talks a lot, and we done cussed each other out. We done loved on each other. We done did everything in between. But between us, we keep each other straight. And
Right.
I've always appreciated. Sometimes I've been
Yeah,
wanting to
I've
punch you
spoken
in the
to
mouth.
him about you before, saying that, you've always been one of my main supporters. I just have not been able to the confidence enough to put my stuff out there other than just doing custom. Now I'm not doing custom. I'm making stuff and hoping that it sells. So um, that's an avenue I have never really stepped out to do. Somebody say,
and
I need you to make this, I do it. But for me to use my creativity on my own and say, okay, I want to do this, I'm going to make this, and hopefully it will sell.
and you have it within you. And one word of advice, you might want to contact Miss Millie because she does something similar.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's enough people, enough customers out there so y'all both can eat.
Oh yeah,
But that's
definitely.
that's
I
how
bought a lot of
we
stuff from Miss Millie, so I know. And I that's one thing I will do. I will support Black businesses. I will
yeah.
support Black businesses, and I have. And what I did, actually last Saturday, I was teaching a sewing class, and I didn't get the email that the class was canceled, going on a field trip. And I got up early in the morning, went to the Joann's, and I was waiting. I'm looking all over the place, and come to find out they canceled it because a lot of people couldn't make it. I didn't read my email. Well, anyway, while I was there, I bought a few things, and then I said, you know what? I know my friend is doing a pop up. Let me find out where the pop up's at, and I'm gonna go, hang out with him, help him sell. So that's what I did, and I just happened to have the body butter in my purse because I said when I did see him, because I was supposed to see him later on that afternoon, I said, well, I'll put this in my purse so I won't forget it. I'm glad I put it in my purse because when I went, I actually walked around to the different businesses that was, doing their little pop-up portion. And I spoke with them and I said, well, I'm doing this too. And do you have an idea? So I actually networked, got a few ideas from other people, and they were willing to tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm not doing wrong, what I could do better, stuff like that. So that was a big help for me. They actually love the consistency of it. One lady said I just need a little bit more scent in it because she smelled more of the shea butter because it's all natural products. It's just different ideas. And it felt good that there are still people out there willing to help and said that, this world is too big to just keep it just to themselves. And I appreciated that.
Right. And there's a lot of,
often.
yeah, but there's a lot of, see, this is what we have to understand. There's a lot of food at the table. We can all eat.
Right.
We can all
Right.
eat. We can, we can all offer somebody something to make them a little better, and in turn they
Right.
can offer you to make you a little better. So it's
Right.
always about, well, me, I'm always about networking and
Mhm.
getting and meeting people and knowing people. And it's those things. You got looking at the YouTube chat, you got said Andreen says, love listening in on the conversation, real talk. And she wants to know about your products. Andreen, I will once I do the commercial, you'll see it out there. You see it out there. And I got a big fan, Nikki in Atlanta. She's a big fan of mine. Hey.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
doing
but,
I'm doing
but of
all
course I'm the
natural
lady's
products.
choice. What do you expect?
Yeah. I'm doing natural products, all natural. I'm doing a body butter. I'm calling it body custard. And I'm doing bath salts, and I'm making scented candles, more for relaxation after your shower or your bath. You have the lavender smell, or you have the rose smell, or a nice little scent for you to relax and go to bed in, or get up and do all that during the day. But it's a little package I'm putting together for Mother's Day, to where you have nice
So you're
little
gonna make
package of them.
monthly baskets?
Yeah, it's going to have the body butter, the body butter, the bath salts, the candle, and a mug with some tea in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a mug, or a wine glass with some tea or a little small thing of wine. No,
So for my audience, how can they get in contact with you to order one of these baskets?
They can contact me at 803-800-6698. I prefer a text over a call.
Say the number again.
803-800-6698. I prefer a
Okay.
text over a call.
Gotcha. Of course, you got to learn, be smarter than the equipment. I don't know if you saw last week's
No,
Tantalizing
I didn't get a
Talk.
chance.
Our cousin Nicole got on there and she
Mm.
tore it down.
I missed it. I
She
tried to get on, but I got to see it a little late, and I meant to look at the replay. She's very interesting, our cousin, and I was so glad that you were able to reconnect or connect with her. I will have to look at the replay.
Yeah, she had some pretty. Everybody agreed she had pretty. She sounded like a preacher. She sounded like a preacher, but she's very astute. She's very
Okay.
well. Yeah, she related to us, so you know she is. But
Hey.
that's not true. That's totally true. Some of our relatives are, yeah, for lack of a better term, idiots. But they are who they are. We know who they are. I ain't gonna put them on Front Street like that.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, I'm gonna try to hook up with her to get it to interview her one day. I'm within the next couple of weeks. I'll be in Columbia this weekend for Kappa 75th, my chapter 75th.
Okay.
So
Kendra's gonna be there too.
oh, she's gonna be there too. So I
Yeah.
need to call her and let her know that I'm driving down. I'll be busy that weekend, but I was gonna go see Dawn and Kim and have lunch with them.
Yeah,
Hang
she's gonna
out.
be at Sheba's house. So that'd
Okay.
be good. That'd be great if y'all will connect together. I'm not coming.
So she was still out in Harbison.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
She's still there. Yeah. Her
Just
daughter
asking.
is advancing in volleyball. She's a superstar in volleyball, and I think she's gonna wind up getting a full scholarship. So that's great.
She should be a junior, right? A junior now, something
I
like
think she's
that.
a senior, and I think she's either junior or senior right now. I forget. After my kids got grown, I forgot about everybody else's. So I'm, when you become that empty nester, you don't think about nobody. I didn't realize it was President's Day yesterday till somebody told me. I said, "Oh, I forgot about those holidays."
Hey, that's
Oh,
what
it's
happens sometimes.
closed. So yeah,
Well,
I get it. I've been busy. I've been. My friend Dabs, you spoke to him on one of your shows before.
yeah.
Every time I turn around, he's sending me a calendar invite for a pop-up, and we going all over the place. And so because he's serious about me, building my brand, that I'm extremely busy, that I don't know if I'm coming or going. My house is in shambles because I got product all over the place.
But that's
So
okay though, because it's
good. It's good. I live alone, so it don't make a difference. I'm happy. Nobody has to
yeah,
see my
no.
mess. But it's
Hey,
just
but
the fact that I'm glad that I'm busy. Being that I am unemployed, is keeping me busy, and I'm not stressing out as much.
temporarily,
That's temporary.
temporarily.
God has. When I said in the interview, and I know we probably shouldn't say stuff like that, but I'm not scared of my God, and I'm not scared to tell anything about him. However, I did tell them, they said, "You have any questions?" I said, "Well, I don't have any questions." And, right now, I said, "But if this job is for me, the door will open. If it's not, God will shut it." And that's exactly what I said. When I left out of there, I felt good in the beginning, but when I sat in my car, I didn't feel good. So God gave me that sign saying it's not mine. Then I seen someone walking, trying to get into the building. So they looked like another interview. And I was like, okay, I got competition. But then when I was leaving, I didn't feel like I felt when I first had the first interview. I just felt something was going to change. And then also I was worried about because of the cancer, I still need insurance. I was worried about insurance. Well, I got insurance without having to go through a job yesterday. And
Good.
I felt that when I told myself yesterday, when I got approved for that insurance, I said, I'm not going to get that job. I felt it
And it's
because
understandable.
God says that I was complaining about me not having insurance. So God said, here's your insurance. Stop worrying. I'm going to provide you later with something else. So I already knew those signs. I just was ignoring them. So when the
I got
job is
you.
for me, the door will open. If the job is not for me, it will close. So I'm just going to keep on my grind with this new products and me getting my business, on track. God probably want me to do that. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to listen, stand still and listen. So that even though I really wanted that job because I thought it was a great fit, it just wasn't what God wanted me to have.
I got
And I have
you.
to realize that.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah.
definitely what's up. And,
I have to realize that.
appreciate you.
Huh?
So you be coming on a rescue too much though, but hey, I love you anyway though.
So that's look, you've been there for me through thick and thin. So hey, I can be through there from thin to thick. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a
I
matter of
got
time.
you.
But I have to learn to be patient. I have to learn to listen. I have to learn to just wait and for the right moment and right time, stuff like that. So like I said, I have feelings about certain things and God put those feelings in me. So I'm going to learn to listen to them and not ignore them and worry and stress. So things will work out. And I appreciate you trying to bend. Thank Andrina and Nikki. I appreciate y'all. I'll send the
But that's
information.
we walk by faith and not by sight. So
Right. Right.
you have to remember that. And
Yeah.
Like you said, God will send you what you need. And sometimes
Not what I want.
we right. Sometimes we get what we need and then we ask for what we want to because we're like,
Right.
hey, got me bread, why not give me some meat to go with this bread?
Right.
But
But not taking the
hard.
bread and thing about it, when he gives you bread and you say, where's the meat? Meat gonna come. You're not ready. You're not hungry enough for you to get the meat as well. You're not hungry enough to get the drink to go with that bread. Or maybe that bread is just what you need, because you don't need anything else to sustain your hunger. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right. In the New Testament, Jesus says, man should not live by bread alone, but by the word of God.
That's right. And you need to stand
You're
still
not
and
gonna
listen.
have perfect.
Hey.
Oh, you remember we used to go to Reverend White's church
Yes, I
in
spoke about
Brooklyn?
that actually just last week. Yeah.
Go there be there every Sunday because they fed us.
Because they fed us. That's right. I'm telling you, I just spoke to Dabs about that last week. He actually joined the church this Sunday, and him and I had spoke about that. And I said, we were raised Catholics until we became a Baptist because we were hungry.
Exactly.
We became Baptists because we were hungry, and we went. We knew that if we went to church on Sunday with Reverend White, we would at least get a good meal. That corn, that fried chicken, that rice, and that cabbage,
Yep.
and cornbread on the side. You know what I'm saying? So we knew we was gonna get something to eat because we went to church because Miss White fixed dinner and
Always
took it there all the time. So yeah, but we learned something on top of that. We learned something on top of that. It wasn't just for the food, but we learned something on top of that. You help. It taught us to help people. It taught us to go out on faith. It taught us ministry. It taught us a lot of stuff, as well as the Bible.
Yeah, that we use today. So
yes, exactly, exactly.
That's what makes us, but that's I think that's why we're, as as growing up, that's why we were always close, because we were always thankful for whatever how much
Whatever
or
they
how
gave
little.
us. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So
I
they
taught
just
my children that. I taught my children at a young age about, if it's their choice as they became adults, not to continue it, but they still have it in their hearts. My son who owns a barbershop, he gives back by, before he got that barbershop, he was giving out free haircuts on Christmas Eve at the church. He was the first one that established that at my church.
right,
Justin appreciate anything that somebody gave him when they had a clothes drive. He was there helping. He was doing all he can. But when somebody gave him clothes, he took care of them. They were hand me downs, but he was glad to get it, because I told them, if someone gives me or gives you clothes to wear because they no longer can use them and they're good clothes, that's more money in your pocket, because I didn't have to buy any clothes from you. So you was able to
exactly,
get some money to buy something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I made my children see that you appreciate what people are giving you, and that way you can give back or use it use your money or your resources in another way. My daughter, she sings at local churches and teaches the different choirs, how to sing and how to conduct choir and all that other good stuff. And she just moves on to the next church type thing. But that was her gift that she gives back through,
right,
that way.
right,
It's just so you teach your children. That's how that woman should have taught her child. you know, Teach them now, but don't let them do it until they become an adult or old enough to do it. So now, as adults, my children are giving back because that's what I taught them early on. I told my daughter all the time, well, if you come over here and volunteer, guess what? That's college credits right there. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, oh, wait a minute. And then when it's time for her to go to college, she had all those references, all those things that, I did this. I have all my volunteer hours. So she didn't even have to do that, you
that's
know,
what's up.
because you did it
That's what,
already. That's this type of stuff that we need to teach our children, that what you
right,
do today will benefit you later on, or what you do today may not benefit you, because it depends on if it's a positive or a negative. If it's a positive, it will benefit you for later on. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
So, yeah.
100%, 100%. But a lot of times we don't think like that, and then
No,
we we wind up messed up, because we were supposed to go right when we went left,
right.
or
Exactly.
supposed to go left when we went right. So we don't follow the path that's laid before us.
Right.
Not, we, as they're young, they all young compared to us. We're older. I'm not gonna say we old. Um, we're older, so we done had a few more bumps, but we do have experience. And I remember I told your sons, I was like, you said the reason y'all not listening to your mother, because she's mostly right. Said y'all get tired of goes in one and out the other. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But deep down inside, she's right. She's only trying to look out for you. Um, they somewhat listen, and I appreciate them for that. Because there's always,
They listen to you because even though you are uncle, it's still, you don't see them like they see their parents every day.
right.
So hearing it from, in a sense, a biased perspective, oh, okay, I could have said exactly what you said,
Oh, I know.
but they didn't hear it. I remember I used
I
to,
know.
if I needed my kids to understand or listen or do something, I would call one of my good church buddies, Wanda Turner. I would call her and say, look, this is the situation. So I need you to talk to my boys about it. And she says, okay. And so in order for me to get my sons to do what I need them to do, I would call her and she would say, she would say it in a way that they can understand and realize make it seem like it was her idea, not mine. And it worked.
Hey, ventriloquist. that's the best way to do things. Sometimes you got to have a ventriloquist.
Yeah,
But on
exactly.
that note, my lovely chocolate pearl, we have come to the end of the show.
All
And
right.
trust me, I am so happy that you came on, and we can chop it up for hours and hours and hours, and we ain't trying to BS each other. So it's not it was more of a conversation than it was a show. But you got
And
people
we
you got
talked
people
about
out
a
there.
lot of stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, when I get on, you and Apple is on. I'm gonna bring everybody else, but y'all come on more than anybody, so y'all got first dibs.
How many
Well,
you can have
before on this one, I can have as many. I can have up to 100 people,
Oh,
but
okay.
I rather everybody go to my YouTube channel, and if you're on there now, like and comment too. In not in the live, not only in the live chat, but in the when I upload the show, because your comments, your likes, your shares helps stimulate the algorithm, not Al Gore rhythm, because Al Gore didn't have rhythm, but that's another story. It gets the algorithm moving and gets me closer to my goal of 10,000 people before June. So help me out. Like, share, subscribe, tell a phone, tell a friend that DFG is always here again. I'm going to let you say the next last word, Chocolate Pearl, before I go, and then I'll close it out with my favorite saying.
All right, y'all. Thank you so very much for listening to me babble and ramble on. I appreciate y'all and y'all support and your future support. And thank you for everybody that would love to try out my new product made by the Real Golden Girls Creation and named after my sisters. And I appreciate y'all watching.
Thank you. Thank you. And as I close, I want to thank everybody for coming on. I want y'all to know that, hey, you never know what you're going to get, but you're going to get something good. And remember, never make love by the garden gate. Though love is blind, the neighbor's aid. Till next week, y'all.
Thanks for watching. This is the man with the
Peace.
golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce, saying, never make love by the garden gate, though love is blind, the neighbor's ain't.